You on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Seeing how it is out there today, it's hard to imagine we're going to be saying welcome to winter, but it's true. Ready or not, here it comes. Hutch, you're saying limited time to prepare.
Limited time to prepare for many, our first snowfall of the season, and it could be a significant one for many. A winter storm watch already issued. Here's the timeline. It all starts on Thursday as rain, and will be changing over to snow for most as we go through the afternoon hours. And the winds will be very gusty. We're talking about gusts over 50 miles per hour Thursday late into the overnight hours, making for dangerous travel with accumulating snow and near zero visibility could possibly produce blizzard conditions for some of our counties. Friday, the snow ends from north to south. The heaviest snowfall totals in central Minnesota, the way things are looking. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast. The isobars really close together show where the strongest winds will be right over the valley as rain changes to snow in Fargo as we go through the afternoon. All evening and all overnight long, we'll have gusts upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour, with the heaviest snow shifting eastward toward Duluth. We'll still have some snowfall on Friday morning, and the biggest impact will be for anyone traveling late Thursday night and early Friday morning. We could even have some cancellations to report. Models, at least the early runs, are showing snowfall accumulations a trace to 2 inches up and down the valley and 2 to 6 inches for parts of northwest and west central Minnesota, including Lakes Country. So be prepared. The winter storm watch has been hoisted. We do not know the exact track of this storm yet, nor do we know exactly where that heaviest band of snow will set up, but it is time to prepare now.
All right, more details to come.
Indeed.
Thank you, Hutch.
My roommate and I, we were like dead asleep, and we woke up to like a huge boom followed by like a sizzling noise, and our room was filled with smoke and we had no clue what was going on.
Imagine this. You're working on your laptop or using your electric razor when the device you're using explodes. 2 separate people in the FM area have had similar experiences like this in the past week. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer takes a look at these devices that a lot of you have in your household.
It was a scary moment.
That's what was coming out of my backpack.
NDSU student Olivia Hammerschmidt awoke to a startling sound.
I thought someone got into our apartment and actually like threw a bomb and left. Like I thought we were like under some type of attack. It was very scary.
Her Dell Inspiron laptop exploded in the middle of the night. The laptop was in her backpack right next to her bed. Hammerschmidt is not the only one who has gone through this scenario.
And then dented.
Keith Breckheimer experienced a similar incident last night with his electric razor.
Had just gotten done using it, needed to be charged, so I plugged it in to charge it. And about half hour to an hour later, it actually exploded and started on fire.
So what ties these 2 devices together? Lithium-ion batteries.
Technically, there's a very small amount of lithium, but lithium is a flammable metal. We don't use water on flammable metal fires. We have fire extinguishers that have powder just for flammable metals.
These batteries are in a variety of electronics. Breckheimer and Hammerschmidt are now warning others to be cautious.
We want other people to be aware that computer batteries like have the capability of blowing up, and we don't want this to happen to someone else in a more like life-threatening situation.
If you're plugging anything in, cell phone, laptop, anything with a battery, whether it's lithium ion or not, keep an eye on it.
They are both happy that they were at home during the time of the explosions. Hammerschmidt and her father have reached out to Dell for a replacement, but have not had much luck. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
If one of your electronic devices explodes, Chief Fuller urges you to call 911. We reached out to Dell for a statement, and they told us we can confirm that this is not a common event and that the safety of our customers is extremely important to us. If you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. A Wahpeton man has been sentenced to more than 8 years in prison after a 2016 shooting that left a man with permanent injuries. Matthew Allard was sentenced today in Wilkin County Court. He was convicted of 3 felonies: first-degree assault, terroristic threats, and discharge of a dangerous weapon. An attempted murder charge against Allard was dismissed, and he was acquitted of a murder charge back in September. He was arrested after a shooting in Breckenridge that left his victim, Isaac Herrera, with what an attorney called permanent bodily injuries. He'll be serving his sentence at the St. Cloud Correctional Facility. The Fargo Police Department wants you to know about a sex offender living in the area. They say John Bussert is living at 401 9th Street South. Bussert is considered a high-risk offender after being convicted of luring a minor by computer in 2013. Police say he requested nude photos of a 13-year-old girl and asked her to engage in sexual acts through Facebook. Bussert will be registered. His registration runs for a lifetime. A boy is dealing with minor injuries after being hit by a car while riding his bike near West Acres Mall. Police were called out just before 2 p.m. today for the crash at 43rd Street and 15th Avenue South, which is just a few blocks west of West Acres Mall. Witnesses say the vehicle was heading east on 15th Avenue when the boy went through a stop sign and was hit. Police say the boy was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. They also say it's important for vehicles and bicyclists to share the road, but people on bikes also need to remember traffic laws. It was this piece of debris that the North Dakota Highway Patrol says caused a woman from Valley City to swerve and eventually roll her vehicle. It happened here in the westbound lane of I-94 near Castleton when 39-year-old Margie Carlson tried avoiding the debris, lost control of her vehicle, and ended up landing on the Maple River Bridge. Carlson was able to get out of the vehicle herself and was treated for some minor injuries. The North Dakota Highway Patrol believes the 12-foot piece of metal came off a semi. A contentious topic for the city of Fargo is now being played out in a Minnesota city council. After talks of a refugee ban, St. Cloud is now supporting a resolution that welcomes all. A city council member proposed a resolution on refugee resettlement, one that would temporarily stop refugees from moving to St. Cloud until Lutheran Social Services demonstrates it's not in violation of federal law. More than 300 people on both sides of the issue showed up to a city council meeting last night, and a different resolution was passed, this one to make St. Cloud a more welcoming community. The Fargo Human Relations Commission was tasked with finding out what the city pays in resettlement costs and released a report that did not include that answer. The city's finance committee found that resettlement could have cost the city nearly $750,000 from 2014 to 2016, but the city does not track refugee status for their governmental services. In the wake of Hurricane Maria, many Puerto Ricans are fleeing their devastated island and coming to the U.S. mainland. In Florida, disaster relief centers are set up to help evacuees. Weijia Jiang reports from Miami.
Awilda Correjer and her daughter Sabrina are trying to resettle in Miami.
It's not easy. I can't sleep.
They are among about 58,000 Puerto Ricans who fled to Florida after Hurricane Maria devastated the island.
It's very difficult to organize, looking for a house, looking for a school, looking for the health care.
This disaster relief center at the Miami airport is one of 3 set up across the state for evacuees. More than 50 groups are lending a hand, including FEMA and the Red Cross. Florida lawmaker and Puerto Rican native Robert Asensio says he's scrambling to find affordable housing, jobs, and schools for the new arrivals.
The quicker we get them into the society, the quicker we'll be able to offset the expense on the state and help improve their quality of life.
Is this everything you own?
Yes, everything.
Evacuee Alfredo Alatrista says he needs all the resources he can get.
The house, the food, is the job, transportation, everything.
So
start from zero.
At 62 years old, he remains positive.
I cannot cry over the same. The hurricane came, hurricane left, I'm here, I'm alive.
And like so many others, determined to build a new life. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Miami.
Many evacuees say they would like to return to Puerto Rico, but much depends on the rebuilding efforts there.